Today on the podcast, we want to talk about one of our all-time favorite AI companies, which is Runway, and they are essentially they just came out with some really exciting news. One of the biggest things here is that Runway is typically famous for creating videos. Everyone knows them for video, and they've just announced that they are going to be creating an AI image model, which has a ton of really cool controls. We're going to be going over everything that they've announced here. This makes a lot of sense because you kind of need the image model to create the video. Video is always harder. So it's interesting to see them kind of walk backwards and do both, where a lot of people thought they were just going to go all in on video. So a lot of really cool stuff to dive into here. Before we do, I wanted to tell you this so you do not miss out. This week only, we have a Black Friday deal on our AI Hustle School community. It is $18 a month. This is the cheapest it will ever be again. So if you're interested in locking in the $18 a month, if you ever thought of joining our school community, which is essentially we have over 200 people where we talk about all the side hustles we're doing. Jamie and I share exclusive content every single week on all of the AI tools, workflows, projects, how we're making money, how much money we're making, everything we can't share publicly. It's all in this community. And the week after this Black Friday deal, we are bumping the price to $100. We've been saying we're going to do it for a long time. It's official. The week after this, after Black Friday, we are bumping it to $100 a month. So if you've ever thought of joining the community and coming in, we would love for you to join this week. Get the Black Friday deal of $18 a month before it goes to $100. And yeah, this is going to be amazing. Okay, Jamie, what are you seeing with this new Runway story?
Yeah, so I'm actually really excited about this. I think this is going to really make filmmaking with AI a lot more realistic and accessible in the future. So, when you're thinking about a creative film, you need to really come up with like the feeling you want first, and the visuals, and the color schemes, things like that, and then build each shot off of that. So and I've talked about this before, where color grading really makes a big difference in in how everything feels. And so you have to generate a bunch of different clips, but you don't have a constant color grade. It's not going to feel connected, and it's not going to tell a story. So I'm really excited about some of these new images. I think, yeah, Jaden's sharing the screen. You can check out if you're watching it on Spotify, but really cool. And I don't know, Jaden, do you know, are those the exact prompts they gave, or are these just like describing the set of images? I wasn't quite clear on
Yeah, I
that.
think these are some images. So I think it's kind of cool. They go over a bunch of different like cool styles you can use, which really I think is just meant to kind of get your wheels turning. So if you're watching the video on Spotify or YouTube, otherwise you should check out the AI Hustle YouTube channel. If you haven't seen it, we'll link it in the description. But they have like one called Mise a Scene, which is like digital portraits through the visual language of classic cinema. So it looks like really old kind of classic Hollywood images. But they have all of these different styles, and like you're saying, Jamie, you can essentially use these different styles to create a whole bunch of different images that essentially have all the same style. And because they have the feature, and a lot of these video kind of tools are building it, where you upload images and turn them into videos, if you can make a whole bunch of images that are all in the same kind of style, it makes it turning them into videos so much easier. So really, really cool. They have like, Japanese Zine style or digital picture profiles that can be turned into videos, different dynamic range landscapes, like really, really impressive stuff. And I think like obviously people are going to be using these to make videos, right? Like that's kind of the idea that Runway has, right? But at the same time, these images are so high quality. I think a lot of people will just be straight up using this tool to just to go ahead and create images for other projects that they're working on. And I think we are seeing a bunch of good image players come out right now. Of course, there is Midjourney that's been leading the way for a long time, but it feels like they're getting caught up to by companies like perhaps a bunch of open source ones. And now it seems like Runway is kind of catching up with some cool stuff. So I'm really curious to see how this goes.
Yeah, I mean, if you can see this video, some of the images are indistinguishable from real life. I mean, they're extremely accurate, but then some of them are really styled in a really cool way that it would be impossible to shoot in real life. So, really whatever you can imagine, you can generate, which is really cool. So in the past, I've done exactly what you described, Jaden, where I would go to Midjourney and have Midjourney actually create an image, and then I would bring it to Runway and have it animated. which is, doable, but the workflow is a little bit slower. I did that also because I wanted to maintain like a character in different scenes, So, but this kind of opens up, it speeds that workflow up, and then also um, just really impressed with all the different characters that they made within one style. So it's almost like it's making up your characters for you. I could see, just some really cool creative projects with this, or commercial. Honestly, I think you could make a really stylized product commercial even with this. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. Is this feature out yet? Do you know,
So
Jaeden?
I think they're rolling it out to certain people. So if you have an account, a paid account on Runway, some people are getting this, and it's new for others. They said they have a big focus on safety. By the way, the AI model that I was forgetting the name of earlier is Flux. So Midjourney is getting a serious run for its money by Flux, which is an open source image model. But I think based off of what they're demoing here, if you can really recreate all of these in Midjourney, and if it's as good as their video, I think Runway will also be giving them a run for their money. And the reason why I think this is important is because Runway has an API for their video, so they'll probably make an API for this image one. And Midjourney to this day does not have an API, meaning developers that want to like use these images in any software they're developing where it can like create images for something that someone's doing, they can't use Midjourney, which personally I'm really bummed about. And I'll show you an example of why. So I'm building this tool called AI Box where you can essentially use a bunch of different AI models all in the same chat. And just to show you Flux, because I was talking about a big game to Flux. Okay, so this is an image I generated on Dolly, which is just a cinematic mountain in Arizona. And it's like cool, but also like the blue at the top is kind of like way too blue. And Dolly's not always perfect.
I
I
can't.
did
Can you share it, Jaeden? I can't actually see it.
Oh,
This,
yeah, I'll go ahead and
yeah,
share
cool.
that screen. Yeah, so for people that are following along on YouTube, you can see it. But in any case, it's I feel like what I see on Dolly is just not quite as good as what you see on other things like Midjourney, for example. But Flux, so I had a prompt that was like a cinematic mountain in Arizona, a little bit too blue on the top, in my opinion. Asked the same question on Flux, and it looks like this incredible photorealistic,
Yeah,
super
that's cool.
amazing shot. So there definitely is a difference in these AI models, and I'm building a tool where essentially it allows you to like generate stuff on multiple things and kind of compare them side by side. But I can't use something like Midjourney because there's no API. But now that Runway's doing this, I'll be able to pull Runway in here, and as well as being able to generate videos in here, people will be able to generate images on Runway here. So I'm
Sweet.
really excited for everything Runway rolls out. Looks amazing, and yeah, super excited for this update.
Yeah, if you enjoyed the podcast, please be sure to leave us a review. That means a lot to us. And also check out the school community. And you're going to want to jump on that deal because next week, again, going up to $100 a month. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.